It's important to see yourself in the Bible. They say color don't matter, but guess what? If your forefather, if your grandfather, your father was black, right? He black. And then years later, somebody come and put a picture of a white man in your house and say, this was your grandfather. What you would say? No, it's not, right? You'd be like, hell no, yeah, somebody lying. Like somebody has stolen, this is going into stolen identity right here. He stole, these people stole our identity. They call themselves the real Jews. We are the real Jews. We are the people that have discontinued from our heritage. What you think of, so you just celebrated Juneteenth? Oh, great, man. So I got a question.
Hey,
are we free as a people?
We out here to teach the 12 tribes of Israel the true gospel.
I understand we have to celebrate something.
Native Americans
They're trying to give us some type of hope.
Hey,
but
you
at the
already
end of
know
the
what
day,
to do.
Juneteenth
Like,
is still not a
share,
freedom
and subscribe right now.
Right, so we're trying to show people how to get actual freedom out of the scriptures to show that Christ is dealing with the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Americans, and he's going to save those people. So you had a question? He said you had a question. What was the question?
No, my grandbaby said who God is.
Oh, that's a good question.
She 4.
That's a good question. So let me ask you, what color is Christ? What color is he, you know?
I don't know, they say he black. They say he white.
Yeah. Which one is Jesus? This one? See? So, but we got to teach our children what Christ really looks like. And this goes on because when you go to church and you watch movies, it's all you see.
I know.
All right, so read that.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
His head and his hair.
Start at verse 1.
Verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So Christ is revealing himself to us. He said the revelation. Revelation means to reveal something that wasn't presently known. Right? It says the revelation of Jesus Christ. Why do you think he had to reveal himself to us?
People don't know really who he is.
Exactly, because he knew his image was going to be changed. He knew this. He prophesied this. That's why he said, look, I'm going to put it in the Bible so they already know what I look like. So when somebody come with this, they going to know it's a lie. I read.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
He says his head, a young... What's your daughter? That's your granddaughter?
Grandbaby, yeah.
What's your name? Maya? Maya, that's my cousin name. So Maya, look at, check this out. So look, it says, Jesus, because you said Jesus was this, but I'm about to prove to you that he looks like this. It says, read it again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Hear that? His head, hey, what color is Jesus? He white? So we out here, we proving according to the Bible, this is a lie. We're about to prove this out of the Bible. But the reason why we believe that, because when we went to church, this was everywhere in the church.
Right.
You see the charms, you see the earrings where they had the Jesus pieces. They all look like white men. But guess what? Jesus is not white. All right, read.
As white as snow.
So, hold on, read it again. Hey, what's your name? Jay. All right, listen up, Jay. Pay attention. Read.
His head and his hairs.
Maya, listen. Listen up. Don't pay attention for 1 second. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So this is Jesus describing himself in the Bible. He says his head and his hairs were white like wool. So who has woolly hair? Give me the sign. Give me the sign, y'all. So he has woolly hair, right? Well, you know where wool comes from? What animal does a wool come from? You know, Jay? A sheep. Exactly. It says his head and his hairs were white like wool. You see that? This is how his hair was. My hair's starting to get white.
All eyes.
All eyes, right, exactly. She said all eyes. Right, so, you see, so this is a depiction of what Christ's hair actually looked like. It says white like wool. So white in color and in texture. I read.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So his eyes were red. because he was angry, and also because he drank wine in moderation. All right, so that's another reason. So this does not look like this man.
No.
This does not look like this man, does it? So when you leave it today, you should know that Christ does not have stringy hair, his eyes is not blue, and he has white and woolly hair. Read.
And his feet.
Hold on, sis, listen to this before you go.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Look at his feet like unto fine brass. What color is brass? I don't know what that is. Brown. I'm afraid of this. So it's brown, right? Brown like a penny. It says his feet. So listen, we're going over the description of Jesus Christ. What color is Christ? Right. So that's what everybody's saying so far. We showing you out the Bible that Christ is not a white man. He has white woolly hair. His eyes were red with wine, which means he had red eyes because he drank moderation, but also his skin was like, read it again.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass. So if his feet were brass, what color is brass? What are we going over? Brass. You know what brass is? It's brown. It's brown like a penny, like copper color. So that's showing you right now his color. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they burned in a furnace. So what color, if you put something in the furnace and you take it out, what color is that thing? Black. So Christ was a dark-skinned man. He was dark like you, sis.
That's right.
We gotta take pride in our colors. He was dark like you. Like y'all, like he has depiction like you dark, beautiful sisters. I wish that I was a little bit darker, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Hear that? His feet like unto fine brass. So, like I said, this is more of a depiction of what he looks like. All right, we're not saying this is what he exactly looked like, but according to the Bible, this is a better description. Like if the police call you call the police on somebody, you gave them a description, you wouldn't give them this description, will you? You would give them this description. So that's why we out here showing, hey, according to the Bible, we God's chosen people. And guess what? The people in the Bible are people of color. The white man took the Bible and made it to seem like all his people was in the Bible. And that's why everybody believes this, even though it's not nowhere in the Bible. All right, go to Daniel 10 and 5. Because I want to show y'all, look, that not only does it say it in the New Testament, it says in the Old Testament too. It describes Christ in the Old Testament. I want y'all to see this, just to bring further home what he actually looks like. Read.
Daniel chapter 10 and verse 5. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen.
A certain man clothed in linen. Read.
Whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz.
That means he had gold on. Uphaz is gold. And guess who like wearing gold? We do, don't we? Our people, we like wearing gold. We like flossing. Christ was flossing. Read.
His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning.
That means he exuded power. You couldn't even see his face because he's so powerful. Read.
And his eyes as lamps of fire.
He said the same thing, right? His eyes were lamps of fire. Read.
And his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
Hear that? His arms and his feet like unto color. So it has color in the Bible. Color does make a difference. Y'all, so when y'all read the Bible, you should see yourself in the Bible.
That's right.
You shouldn't see other people, because guess what? These people is you. Go to Song of Solomon chapter 1 verse 5. Because I want to show y'all, Christ had a forefather. He came from the line of Solomon, King Solomon. All right? Solomon is going to describe what he looked like. It's important because once I started seeing these people as my forefathers, the Bible read different. It don't read the same. Once you start seeing yourself in the Bible, it doesn't read the same. Read.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. I am black, but comely.
It says, King Solomon said, I am black. All right? That's what he said. He says, I am black, but comely. What does comely mean? Oh, brother, exactly. Fine, beautiful. He says, I'm black and beautiful. That's what King Solomon said. And how do we know that's talking about his skin? Read.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Read.
Look not upon me, because I am black.
You hear that? It says, look not upon me because I am black. Read.
Because the sun have looked upon me.
What does it mean to say the sun looked upon me? He got tan. He was dark in color, so it's going into his color. So when we see the Bible, we got to show our young daughters like this. That you yourself into, like, it's important to see yourself in the Bible. I wanted to go to 1 Maccabees 3:48 to see where this came from. To see if this is a new thing or if this was done before. Read.
1 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48.
Bring it out.
And laid open the book of the law.
So what's the book of the law? It says the heathens, they laid up the book of the law. This is during the Greek captivity. It says they laid open the book of the law. Read.
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So what they did was, when we was in captivity, they painted the likeness of their images. Hey, brother, I got a question. What color is Christ?
Black.
Yeah. He's black. Okay. Hey, where did this come from?
Torah.
Where did this image come from? Then?
Oh, that's all made up. That's a fictitious character.
Is that what? You know his name?
Not at all.
Cesare Borgia. That's where he came from. He right. That man right. It is a made-up person. Hey, young man, what color is Christ? Yeah. You don't know? All right, I'll pray. We were just going over that. So, what color is Christ, young Maya? What color is Christ?
White.
We gotta pay it. Which one we describe? Which one? Who had white woolly hair?
Great face, man.
She joined you now.
Huh? This one, right? So that's Christ. This is Jesus Christ right here, not this. Come on this side. Let me explain it to you. Read it again. This is important. It's important to see yourself in the Bible. They say color don't matter, but guess what? If your forefather, if your grandfather, your father was black, right? He black. And then years later, somebody come and put a picture of a white man in your house and say, this was your grandfather. What you would say? No, it's not, right? You'd be like, hell no, yo, somebody lying. Like somebody has stolen, this is going into stolen identity right here. He stole, these people stole our identity. They call themselves the real Jews. We are the real Jews. We are the people that have discontinued from our heritage.
Wake up!
Read.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
It's describing Jesus Christ. It said his head and his hairs were white like wool. What people have woolly hair? White people?
Black.
Name a white person that got woolly hair. Give me the sign again. All right. All right, so he says, read it again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So this is woolly hair. So white people hair like this? Huh? Yeah, it could be that color, but I say it's a woolly in texture though. It says white like wool.
Be that color.
Well, it's white. Sometimes it's white, I guess. But I'm saying, it says white like wool, right? It's describing Christ. Read.
As white as snow.
And it was as white as snow, like this, brothers. White and woolly. That's what it's describing. Christ describing himself because he knew that his image was going to be changed to this. Read it again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
What color is brass? Brass. Brown. No, like they got brass knuckles, I guess, but like brass, brown, right? Brown. Like brown, like a penny. He says his feet are brass. All right? Describing him. He's describing his color of his feet. Read it again.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So when you burn something in a furnace, what color does it turn out?
Black.
It turns black, right? So Christ was a black man. Christ is a black man.
Right.
You understand? So you should no longer say Christ was a white man. That's made up. They changed. You know what the white man did? Go back to 1 Maccabees 3:48. You know what he did? He took our Bible and made us, and then retold us the way he wanted to teach us. Because you know, during slavery, doing this, we couldn't read and write. Y'all know that? Did you know that?
Yeah, because they wouldn't let nobody.
You weren't. Guess what? What happened if you was able to read? You know? You can put this up.
Kill 'em.
Huh? Yeah, they'd kill you, put you in jail, cut your tongue out your mouth.
Hands probably cut off, everything.
Hey, right, a lot of damage was done because guess what? If you didn't learn the Bible or
They wait.
exactly, guess what? You was tortured. Read.
1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
It says, and laid open the book of the law. This is going to what the other nations did. Laid open the book of the law. The book of the law is the Bible. Read.
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So this is going into iconoclasm. Let me show you this. Come closer real fast. Look at this sound. Check this out, sis. It says, where the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images. So when you see these, you see this? What is this man doing right here? Come here. What do you think he's doing?
Paint.
Huh?
Paint.
Painting what? You see how that image is dark right there? He's painting white over the images. It's called iconoclasm. Iconoclasm is a person who destroys religious images or oppress their veneration. That means their look.
Right.
So that's what this is going into. He's painting over the imagery and then painting it to look like this.
Right.
Exactly, because you see, look in the back of it. That's another dark image. You see this? But look, that's the dark, that's Mary. See, look what it looked like afterwards. So these are the things that they did to hide our identity from us. Right, and this, guess what? That gives us low self-esteem. And then we think that these people are more superior than we are. Because when we see angels, when we think of God's people, we see another people. And then we look at each other down like we nothing.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.